1.5, adding and subtracting real numbers. All right, now we covered all this in middle school, but just to reiterate the rules for adding integers, if you have a positive plus a positive, you will get a positive answer. For example, 5 plus 3, both are positive, and that will equal 8. You've done this all since you started school. A negative plus a negative will give you a negative answer. So, -5 plus a -3 equals a -8. Now, we won't be using the signs that have a plus negative. We will just simply write -5, -3, that equals -8. Okay, and when we use our calculator, we're going to use the negative button found at the bottom of the calculator. It's got a minus in parentheses. So if I was to type this in, it would be -5 minus 3. And hit enter. It's -8. Now, if you did put -5 plus a -3 in your calculator, you would still get the same answer. But when we write it out, we will not be putting two signs together like this, okay? When we start writing that, we'll get into the habit of doing it correctly as the books will show it. And then a positive and a negative will mean you actually subtract. So, and then you'll take the sign of whichever one had the biggest absolute value or the bigger number. So, for example, -5 and a +3. They're opposite signs, okay? So then we subtract. 5 minus 3 is 2. And the biggest number is 5, so we take its sign, which will make that a -2. Again, if we use our calculator, -5 plus 3 gives you a -2. Also, if we have opposite signs, 5 plus a -3, you still do the same way. You subtract 5 minus 3, which is 2, and the biggest number is 5, so therefore it's positive. And again, if you wanted to put that in there, 5 plus a negative, whoops, not that sign, plus a -2, it'll give you 3. Now, if ever you're putting something in your calculator, instead of using the negative button, supposedly you use the wrong button. Say, let me show you what I'm talking about. 5 plus, and we want a -2, and I use the subtraction key. This is what you'll get, an error button, okay? That means that you used the wrong symbol. You use the subtraction instead of the negative. So if you get that, just hit 1, and it'll go back, and you can put it in again. It should be like up here, it should be 5 plus a little -2, not 5 plus a minus. Okay? All right? Now that's the rules for adding and subtracting integers for real numbers. We will be practicing this a whole lot in class, but your calculators are there for you to use. I don't make you memorize the rules, but you do need to know what they are because we'll use them down the road. And again, if you have any questions, come see me before or after school. See you then.